Your Excellency President Fischer, Executive Secretary Kreutner, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to join you today, and I want to send you a strong message of support from UN headquarters. You, the International Anti-Corruption Academy's Assembly of Parties, have made major contributions to global anti-corruption efforts. Thanks to you and many others, we have made progress on securing the rule of law and promoting development. We all know that corruption erodes the integrity and effectiveness of institutions. It undermines the cohesion of societies and it demoralizes citizens. Corruption drains resources from people in need, and corruption destroys public trust. Corruption also exacerbates inequalities and divisions in today's societies. It generates insecurity. It undermines the social contract between the state and its people. This is particularly worrying today as the world and nations face increasingly complex challenges and rising threats and also rising expectations. UN member states have recognized the importance of protecting institutions from corruption. That is why they have addressed this problem in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, our blueprint for better lives, a safer planet, and better governance. The Sustainable Development Goals appropriately include a specific target on substantially reducing all forms of corruption and bribery. We know, for example, that Africa is losing $50 billion each year due to illicit flows of financial resources. Your efforts can have an impact which helps us achieve this target and, in the process, will generate progress across the other Sustainable Development Goals because they are also interrelated. A global alliance against corruption is now taking shape. Governments, intergovernmental organizations, the private sector, and a strong civil society are growingly coming together to reject corruption. The International Anti-Corruption Academy's Assembly of Parties is central to this cause. The UN Convention, of course, against corruption is a catalyst for this broad alliance to deliver results. Seriously dealing with and taking on corruption helps societies to cut poverty, to improve governance, to enhance health services, to enhance education, to promote equality, to generate employment, and equally optimize resources. Quite a gain for confronting the scourge of corruption, isn't it? This fight has to be waged in every sector and in every part of our nations. But it also has a place on the global stage. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, on UNODC in Vienna, is leading our global efforts. UNODC is helping countries around the world to effectively fight corruption. It is focusing its work on developing or transitional economies. UNODC provides member states with information on how to address the many aspects of corruption, which affect all countries, I would say. I think of abuses such as money laundering, judicial ethics, and match fixing in sports. Vigorous anti-corruption efforts help advance the UN's broader work to promote the rule of law. There is no peace without development, no development without peace, and none of the above without respect of human rights and the rule of law. The UN Development Programme supports more than 100 countries in this field. It has launched a global anti-corruption initiative to strengthen institutions and to strengthen civic engagement. The aim is to improve how public resources are managed and how services are delivered or should be delivered. This will help build the necessary public trust in institutions, which is so important. We are gratified to be a partner with the government of Austria to support the International Anti-Corruption Academy. I hope and I understand that you will take a number of important decisions during your session in Vienna. I wish you success in promoting our common objectives. On this International Anti-Corruption Day, I thank you for helping us to tackle the scourge of corruption. It is part and parcel of our promise to leave no one behind and to secure a life of dignity for all. Let us remember the first 3 words of the UN Charter: we the peoples. It is to the peoples we are finally accountable, and it is them we are to serve. Thank you very much.